What's going on, guys? It's your boy DJ Pac-Man, also known as just DJ. I got top 4 today at my locals playing Runic Generator. I don't know if you guys are comfortable with it, but we're just gonna hop right into the deck profile.
Any shout out though?
I want to shout out obviously Ocean Gang, my boy Danny, my boy Miles, you know, everyone who helped me, my boy Isaiah, pretty much everybody at Cool Stuff. They helped me out. You know, we play a lot. I play a lot of good players. I get to play against like YCS champs like Kamal and stuff, like Connie, people that show up all the time. So I really love the store. Shout out also the boys. So let's just hop right into it. Hopping in the Generator package, I play 3 Vala. She's essentially your recursion of the deck. She's one of the newest cards that came with the support. You can send a Generator from hand or field, summon her from your hand or grave, and then on summon, she summons one from hand or from grave. So she's super good, super clutch today. Your lone fire of the deck, you play 3 Lobster. He tags out for any Generator in the entire deck. Mandatory 3 of, always clutch. Then you play for your rest of your package, your 1 of bricks. These 4 bricks, you don't want to see them in your hand. If you do see them, they're not too terrible, especially if you see them with a Vala, because you can pitch them, get rid of them, and then summon them back. On special, she searches for a Generator card. He is a quick effect tribute to target banish a card. This is also another revive tribute, summon something from the grave. This is bootleg Dark Law and also an Omni Negate. So if your opponent it's a card added from their deck to their hand, you can make them send a monster from hand or field to the graveyard. And also he tributes to negate any card or effect. Into the next package, we play to complement it. We also play the 3 World Legacy Monstrosity. This is also with the heart and soul of the deck. It makes it work. So you see this plus any Runic spell, you get guaranteed full combo. This can target any level 9, summon 2 more level 9s from the deck with a different attribute and type, which all the generators are a different attribute and type, minus Hela and Horror, so just super free. It can also has the other effect to possibly summon 1 from hand. So if you already have full combo in hand and you have one, for example, one of your bricks that you do want to get out, you can just choose to summon the one that you have in hand instead. So that does come up. The mandatory 3 of the field spell. I wish the other 2 were secret, but it's broken. This is also what gets the deck going, lets you play on my opponent's turn. If a card is added to their hand during my opponent's turn, I get to special summon any Generator from the deck. And then I also get to summon when a Generator is summoned, any number of tokens. So to the field. So I use the tokens to pay the cost for my Generator. The 1 of Terraforming, I can get Fountain, but most of the time I'm getting Boss Stage. This is super clutch. Coming into the Runic package, almost everyone knows what these do, so I'm going to just fast forward through them. 3 Tip, 3 Fusing Chains, 3 Flashing Fire, 3 Destruction, and then I play 1 Slumber and 1 Fountain. People question the 1 Fountain. It's only really for draw power. It's only there really to help me get further into the deck and see more of the combo. And then there's times where realistically I can get it back, but it's not necessary. Most of the time I just use it to either deal with a board or to build my own board. So,
You already have your field spell.
Exactly. It's a free level 9. Then for my going second cards, I play 3 Droplet in the main. Dumping Vala with this feels so good since you can bring yourself back. So I always have a monster that I can easily get rid of. It always feels good, especially going first or second. So I just want to have like cards that are a little bit more flexible. Then the standard non-engine Imperm hits just about everything I needed to hit. Similar, everyone knows what it does. Comfortable going first or second. Then this was a little bit weird, but I copied this from the dude that got top 32 at the YCS. He was main decking 3 evenly. I tried it at another local. It worked out pretty well. I liked it today too. It felt comfortable, especially going into Fire Kings. I didn't want anything that destroyed or triggered any of their effects. And it made people have to think a little bit harder on what they wanted to keep. And I can usually eat up 1 to 2 cards that they have left, or whatever they have left that they decide to remain. That's it for the main deck. Going into the extra deck. For the Runic package, we play double Hugin. Super clutch. Usually I use this to sometimes bait out an Ash, like to get the field spell. The field spell is going to give me my draw power. There's times where I made this obviously just a body block or to protect one of the cards on the board.
With 1 copy of field spell, do you need 2?
I don't, but it always feels great to have, especially with a lot of like different interaction in the game. Usually sometimes one gets like banished by a Finri or something weird comes up, and having another one to even just protect your life points feels really good. And in situations where you want to protect the card, having another one also comes off. It's pretty nice. Then I also play the double Sleipnir, the free level 9. Any Runic card gives me the free level 9 plus Monstrosity. That's free combo. This is also SP Lord Knight at home. Not as good, obviously. During the battle phase, or my main phase specifically, I can banish this and another monster. And then if similar, it works well with the generators also because it has another effect. If a card is added to my opponent's hand, I can also create a token. So I get 3 monsters to start playing. My own spicy little tech we have here, World Gears. Most people don't know what this does. This requires 3 level 5s. It's pretty much unaffected by monster effects. And then if I make it with 3 monsters that were different type and attribute, which all the generators are, I can destroy every card on the field, and that's a once per turn effect. So I was sitting on this against Purely because they had their Nor, and I was just every turn just blowing up. And he's 35, so most of the time he can just swing over problematic stuff. And most people aren't really ready for this. It requires 3 level 5 or higher monsters. Then into the rank 9 package. Pretty standard. I play the Earth Slicer. He's just 2 level 9s. I can detach, and based on how many I detach, I can pop that many cards. Just standard pop removal. I didn't really make him today. There was just obviously like better options. Going to the future, I would definitely cut this for a Typhon. Typhon would have came up 100%. I regret not playing it, but we live and learn. Standard, we played 2 Interblafnir. Most people also had to read this card today, but most of the time I'm just using it to rip cards from my opponent's hand. And once they got comfortable with that, they also didn't know that I can also bootleg Trish. I can rip from graveyard, from hand, from field. So depending on what the situation calls for, this is spot utility. Next, we play more of the Generator XCs. We play also that came with the new support Vala. We play Leviathan. This can tag out for my other Generator XCs, and it will non-target attach cards from either player's field or graveyard and give it to the monster as material. So this is why I think we do pretty well in the Fire King matchup. Not only because we have the runic cards to special summon Hugin and protect our board, but also because we can get rid of their board without targeting, and because it tributes for cost, most of the time they don't have a way to play around it with Imperm or Veiler or something of similar. Next, we play the one that we have to tag into, our boy, Jormungandr. I liked him. He becomes really big sometimes. Like, one time I made this with, Leviathan with 3 materials tagged out into this. So I sucked up 3 cards, and then I can trigger his quick effect whenever to detach a material. Both players draw a card, and then attach a card from hand to him as material. So that comes up a lot because making my opponent draw a card often feels kind of like a neg, but it combos well with Horror. So not only am I eating a card that you drew, or another card out of your hand, but Horror is also going to make you send a card. And it's also going to trigger the boss stage to give me another monster. Then we usually have our standard rank up package. We play the Utopic Draco Future and the regular Utopic Draco. But we usually overlay our 2 Interblafnirs after we've ripped 2 cards out of our opponent's hand for a free monster negate. It's pretty standard, but I'm super happy to have it today. Most people struggled. Then, because obviously in XC's focus deck, we play the Zeus. Like I said before, there's really no other change I would have made from the extra deck besides just the Typhon. Not having it today felt really bad, and I feel like we would have made it a lot further in top 8 if we had that card. Then into our sideboard. It's really focused around this locals, but it's pretty standard. I play a 3 Droll. I'm scared of Mana Dome. I really don't like that deck. But this is going to probably move closer into the main deck as the new cards from Phantom Nightmare come out. But for right now, I like having it in the side. Checks a lot of matchups. Super standard and great. We play 3 Ghost Bell. There's a lot of stuff moving things out of the graveyard today, and honestly, I don't want to lose the Labyrinth. Because I'm not playing Ash, but I am playing Evenly, I feel good having Bell and Evenly. Most of the time I can check them, I can enter battle, and they try and play around stuff with Big Welcome, and I just usually Bell the Big Welcome, and it's enough. Then we play the card to check people who don't respect it. We play 2 Nib. I would play a 3rd. This was a very weird ratio to have, to be honest with you. 2 Nib and then 1 Dark Ruler. In the future, I might just swap this for a 3rd one, just consistency, because realistically, seeing the 1 of is not obviously going to come up as often, but I didn't mind it. Having versatility made a lot more sense, so overall not bad. Then we have our standard back row removal. 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Heart Piece, doesn't really need much explanation, and 3 cards to skip my opponent's turn. 3 D-Barrier. Honestly, even when I had an Xyz focus board, I would still flip D-Barrier, call Xyz on my opponent. If I won the game off of it, I really didn't care that it negated my own board, so yeah, it's pretty standard. That's it really for the deck. It's a 43 card main deck. Appreciate you having me on your channel once again. Glad to be here, and thank you. Want to do another shout out to all my friends once again for helping me get the cards for this not only, but also to learn how to play a little bit better. You know, they put me through some rough testing. I had to get my turn skipped by Centurion a couple times before I started to understand that matchup. So,
Alright, man. Well, congratulations on your top 4.
Thank you.
You're doing well with the deck. I think you should play it moving forward, but I'm glad to see you back on the channel, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Alright.